And we're on? Yep.
Hello and welcome to ICTV's coverage of the 2026 DREAMD Academy Cup. We've got ladies football coming you from the Central Australian community of Atitjere, 220 kilometres northeast of Alice Springs. My name's Stan Coombe. Joining me in commentary, someone who knows all about ladies football in Central Australia. She played it, she coached it, now she commentates it. Shirley Taylor, welcome along.
Thanks, Stan, and it's great to be here. A great day, great atmosphere.
It's a little bit of history in the making, really. This will be the first ever telecast of football from Hart Range, and probably the first ever telecast of women's football from anywhere in the bush. It's the first time we've had the DREAMD Academy visit us, and gee, what a great occasion. The two teams are going to be the Walpri Warriors versus the Atitjere Roosters. And as we look down the team sheets, we see plenty of surnames we've become familiar with over the years from the men's competition representing those couple of communities. Been a fantastic week of football, a couple of days out here. There's been training clinics and all sorts of extra stuff going on around the game. Players have been taught nutrition and lots of other things from players of the highest calibre from the AFL women's competition.
Yeah, they certainly didn't spare the superstars on this trip.
We'll just go through a list of a few of the names that have come to visit Central Australia on this. We've got Ash Riddell. She won the best and fairest medal in the whole women's competition last year. So quality, a 5-time All-Australian. She's a 2-time premiership player. Jazz Gardner, their North Melbourne teammate, 8-time All-Australian. Also played in those 2 North Melbourne premierships, 103 AFLW games to her credit, and she won the best on ground and grand final medal in 2024. A couple of the others in there. I love this name, the rising star from last year in the AFL women's competition, Zippy Fish.
Best name in the competition, I reckon.
Fish from the Swans. She plays for Sydney in the AFLW competition. We can see now the Walpri Warriors have just headed out onto the ground. Fantastic for these young ladies to get this sort of exposure. The Atitjere Roosters are waiting for their turn to run out.
This is great, and this is the stuff that you see in our grand finals back in town, and the only thing's missing is a bit of streamers.
So the Atitjere Roosters, you can see them heading through, getting some high fives as they get out onto the ground now. It's great to see the coaches leading them out too, coaches and team managers. And there go the Roosters. Of course, when we're out in the bush, we're playing pretty harsh conditions as far as the oval's concerned. As you can see, it's dirt. Plenty of green out here at Atitjere.
Just not on the
just
oval.
Not on the oval. Of course, we've had a lot of rain in this neck of the woods in recent months. Not just rain, but enough to bring us floods as well. But, great to see this for women's football from the bush. Women's footy in Central Australia really only had a foothold over the last decade and a half. And certainly in the bush, it's only come to the fore over the last 18 months to 2 years at the most. So to get a carnival like this is absolutely fantastic. It probably highlights that it really is on the way now.
Yes, Stan, do you want to just go back to the list of our special guests out here as well? Obviously the best name in the competition, Zippy Fish.
Courtney Hodder plays for Brisbane. She's played in their 2 premierships. 49 games up her sleeve. She actually came from a rugby background. And Hodder's a surname we're fairly familiar with in Central Australia as well. Gemma Houghton, Port Adelaide, she plays for now. Another All-Australian, 2-time All-Australian. She's won the leading goal kicker award for her club 4 times. Not just from Port, I think she might have played for Fremantle before she arrived at Port Adelaide. 86 games she's played, and goal kicking credentials recognised there by 100 goals in the competition. We must give a special mention too to Sarah Still Parker.
Yeah.
Now playing for the Sydney Swans, but she played footy in Alice.
Yeah, ex-Alice Springs player, so good to see her back and giving back to this great game.
And the other one that's come along, another North Melbourne Premiership player, Mia King, 63 AFL games to her credit, and she played in the 2024 Premiership. So they've brought some superstars here to mentor these young ladies from the bush. What a great start for their footy careers to turn around and not only see such quality players, but actually get some advice from them and some instruction on how to play the game.
Absolutely. And I've been told Mia is Jarwin, so connections to the territory, and so shout out to all the Jarwin mob that might be listening and tuning in.
Now this game is between the T2 Roosters and the Warlpiri Warriors, but there were plenty of other teams out here to get here, and speaking of plenty, one of them was the Plenty Pinktails. Of course, we're out on the Plenty Highway. Some people call this Hart Range, but it's Atitjere is the Indigenous name for this beautiful community. So the home team, they got all the way into the semi-finals. We also had visits from Newripi and Indari, and there was a combined Papunya, Haas Bluff, Kintor side. So they came a long way, and also we had the Willaura Cats here too. So representation at this footy carnival from right around the Central Australian bush.
Yeah, and just in the lead up to this grand final, we had Willaura Cats go down to T3 Roosters. So Willaura 1-3-9, T3 Roosters 2-5-17. So a bit of a convincing win there. And then Plenty Highway went down 1-2-8 to Warlpiri Warriors 4-7-31. So very convincing win there for Warlpiri Warriors. They've just literally finished playing, so it'll be interesting to see whether they can...
Tough one.
Yeah, it's getting hotter as the day goes on. It's nice in the shade.
You was probably just saw on their screens too in the lead up to this. It's a festive atmosphere. The ladies out in the huddle there for the Warlpiri Warriors, they didn't look too serious about it at all. They were celebrating the fact that they're out there and in amongst it. They were waving to people on the sidelines and patting each other on the back. So it's been a wonderful event and great spirit, and that's being displayed right now. We've got the two teams lining up in the middle of the ground. Couple of men out there we know doing the umpiring, Rob Clark and Darren Talbot from the Redtails Pinktails Right Tracks program. I think they're offside of Ian McAdam's been around the traps doing some goal umpiring as well.
Yeah, I even see young Ruby out there, the goal umpire. I think she's gone out for the grand final. She got the call up. So very good to see, the support that women's footy is getting, particularly out here. So we've got a bit of a crowd brewing for the grand final.
We'll give a special mention too to Jeremiah Webb, local man who understands has a fair bit to do with organising this through the children's ground. So well done, a pretty handy footballer back in his day too, Jeremiah Webb. But great to see the local men getting behind this and helping with the organisation of it. The blokes have been involved with footy for a long time. They know what's going on, so they're showing the ladies too, well, this is how you do it. And we can expect the ladies to be taking this over in the near future.
I reckon I also saw Webby was coaching the Plenty team, so good to see, just that extra bit of giving back as well.
Big weekend for footy in Central Australia. We've got the men all down at Santa Teresa way at Ginger Porter there for their annual carnival, which is coming a little bit later than usual due to all the recent rains and floods. CAFL footy kicks off in Alice Springs this weekend as well.
Round one.
We had some junior football played during the week, but round one in the CAFL competition. And I know just leading up to this, I've been keeping my eye on the social media, which I don't engage in too much, but I've noticed that out at Unamu and Newripi, there was little clinics, carnivals and games leading up to this, so they could select their sides. And only a week or two back, the T3 Football League finished their summer competition, the first one that they've had, and they included a ladies' competition in that as well. So it's been a massive couple of weeks. Central Australia's coming alive again. After being dormant in the off-season. We had to sweat our way through 40-degree heat in the lead up to Christmas and then put up with floods for the next couple of months. But now footy's back and everything's coming alive.
That's right. People can move around and get to the competitions. Not too sure what we've got happening out now. But I think, Stan, just on the T3 competition, I think the T3 Roosters women's just had won that, so they made it to the finals here. Unlucky, just got knocked out by Warlpiri Warriors. But I think, you and I watched that game, lots of skill out there, and I expect nothing less for this grand final. Yeah, look, the skills and natural talent, as I said, it's only got a foothold in the bush for the young ladies over the last couple of years. What's it going to be like once there's a few years under the belt and
and the young ladies are starting to kick the footy around at primary school and then venturing into competition. Once they get that grounding that the fellas have had over the years, I think look out. I think there's going to be some amazing talent coming from out the bush. We might have to stand up to get a look at this one because there's a bit of a crowd gathering in front of us. And we're getting a countdown to the start of the game. We're about to get underway.
We're just going to have to get some of the crowd to move along so we can see the game. As this grand final for the DREAMD Cup Academy is about to kick off.
Well, umpire Talbot will throw the ball into the air. I know it's Tatiana Dixon to do the ruck work for the Walpry side. It might have been the Roosters, got a little tap forward. Now the handball comes out towards Shakayla Kelly for the Walpry Warriors. She has a bounce. A little bit of pressure put on as she gets a left-footed kick away. Found the teammate on the half-forward flank, but it bounced off the chest there of Taylor Spencer. She goes back to get it. She gets a kick away in towards goal. Rob Clark blew the whistle in the meantime, and he'll get a free kick from just outside the 40-metre line, I think it is today, Shirley Lee. I had a little bit of a measure earlier. It wasn't quite 50.
The oval's quite big, but yeah, I don't think the 50-metre is the 50-metre arc, so it's the 40-metre arc, you reckon, Stan?
So Taylor Spencer and this young lady said there's a family connection with the great Sherman Spencer, the Shermanator. We remember from Unamu many years ago. Kick went low, deep into the forward line. Plenty of players around this. Chloe Lickleitner was hovering around the football there for the Walply Warriors. And the umpire's going to come in and break up the pack with the ball up, probably about 30 metres out from the Walply Warriors goal.
Yeah, it'd be easy to get a nice little kick away, you'd hope there. And as we've got Spencer going up for the ruck again for the Walpry Warriors and Danita McMara going for the Swans. And there's been a kick at goal, and I think it might be a behind.
So first scorer on the board goes to the Walpry Warriors. 1 point. The kicking with the aid of it, well, it's a slight breeze at the moment. In the game before, it did spring up a bit, and it was probably worth a few goals. It's definitely the scoring end of the ground. Again, young Taylor Spencer involved with the action. The handball out in the pocket. Chloe Lickleitner, the kick in towards goal. It rolled along the ground. Still plenty of pressure on, and there's a quick snap in towards goal by Michaela Johns. It's gone through for another behind as the wind whips up, and so too does the dust out here at Atitjere.
That's right, and looks like the Warriors might just get the opportunity to just pepper away here at and hopefully come with a big score, but we'll see how we go as the ball comes in, as we've got looks like it was intercepted there in the Warriors. They're not going to let this leave their 50 metres. They're fighting hard here.
Rob Clark might help him with a free kick there.
Get the ball out. This is the Swans' opportunity now, as there's been a nice kick off to the teammate, and can't quite see the number there, so I'm not sure who's got that, but she's looking for her options. Swans are a little bit flat-footed at the moment, but she decides to play on. A nice bit of shepherding from her teammates. Unfortunately, doesn't go in the way of her team. Instead, the Walpry Warriors. Is there a whistle blown? Yeah,
there was a throw there.
Oh, I missed that. So but the umpire didn't.
There's a little bit of netball being played.
So the ball goes down. We're back now to the ruck line, but Warriors have got it, and they're going to push it back into their forward 50. And as we saw, Zedriana King, she played well in the finals, and looks like she's going to carry that on into the grand final, as the Swans are fighting hard now to bring this ball back out. They want to get it out of their defensive 50, and they're just not having much luck here as the ball comes to ground. There's a little bit of a toe poke, but it's been picked up by Walpry Warriors. Alea Tex, she gets the ball, goes as far as a Swans player, who gets it quickly out and to her teammate who wasn't able to take the mark.
Ball up towards the wing now on the commentary side of the ground. Zedriana King gathers for the Warriors. Her kick goes into the corridor and the wind gets behind it. A little bit of a roll on that one. Charlotte Lickleitner with the football being dispossessed. The umpire's going to give a free kick to Atitjere. And they'll get it in deep in defence. And Shamela Walker will take it. No, she'll hand it over to her teammate. So from right on that defensive 40-metre line,
Yes. Swans now trying to get the ball down to their goal square. And they're just going to do a nice little kick over there to their teammate. Oh, and it goes straight into the Warlpiri Warrior player who smothers it, who's able to get the ball and do a quick kick into goal. But Swans players are everywhere. They want to get this ball out. And as we see, one tackle palmed off. Oh, she nearly does the second.
Yeah, ball.
She was dispossessed, and umpire said, Warriors, your kick. And,
She get a foot on that? Yeah.
She did.
Michaela Johns. Just.
There was a bit of panic there, I think, and I think the bench for Warlpiri Warriors had a bit of a panic as well.
And you will notice I did say, did she get a foot on it? I didn't say, did she get a boot on it? There's a fair few players out there without the boots on. There's a big pile of them over at the interchange area, but most of the players preferred to go barefoot.
Yeah, so Warriors now 1 goal, 2 behind, so 8. Atitjere Swans, Roosters, not sure.
Normally Roosters, but
yep.
I think with the Swans contingent here, they've handed the jumpers over. I don't know.
I did say, Stan, I think it's bad luck to swap your Guernseys before the grand final, but that's just me.
Good play by Kanisha Sampson in the middle there for the Warlpiri Warriors, although she couldn't get it forward. Good effort by the T-Tree midfield. Ruck lady there, Tatana Dixon tries to get hands up. Now the Roosters come away with a footy. Running forward and having a bounce too, Zavia Pepperell to kick into attack, and they've got a mark about 30 metres out from goal.
Looks like she's
quick play on. Into the pocket, beautiful pass.
What a beautiful play there. And Makita Martin's going to have a shot on goal here.
Yeah, we had a quick chat with Makita.
Yeah, just before the game.
Related to Josiah Martin.
Yes.
One of the great T-Tree Roosters men's players. And, well, let's see. She got the same sort of skill set. It's a nice looking kick for goal into the slide breeze, and she's put it straight through the middle. That was a lovely kick. Beautiful set shot. Nice drop punt. So a great effort by the Roosters, or T-Tree, into the win. All the attacking's been at the other end of the ground. That's their first opportunity to get it forward, and a lovely finish.
Yeah, and they certainly needed that. They play, the first bit of that play was it's certainly in the Warlpiri Warriors direction, and just to quickly get it down there and in for a goal is great work by T-Tree Swans. Good
ruck work by Tatiana Dixon. She got the tap forward for the Warlpiri Wizards. Little toe poke gets it up towards centre half forward. Rooster player there. It's done well to paddle the ball out towards the boundary line on the grandstand side. That was good play by Zavia Pepperell. The umpire is going to blow the whistle and give T-Tree a free kick. And it will go to Tanisha Wilson.
She's looking for her option. She goes towards the boundary line but sees the safe hands of her teammate in Delilah Tillmouth. She looks for her options. She's got a quick little kick over, and no one was able to take possession of that, but there's a huge fight going on for the ball as it hits the ground. Lots of hard work, and I thought Warriors might have got that out, but weren't able to get it out. Or there's a quick hand pass out, but it's in the Swans' direction, and Keisha Pepperell, she seems to have gotten it on to her teammates, but Warriors are fighting hard to get this ball back and back into their forward line.
Here you go, the Wizards pushing it through the middle. The little handball slipped out to Aaliyah Tex, and Aaliyah Tex kicks it towards centre half forward. One-on-one battle there. Good effort by Chloe Licklandner just to open it up for a teammate. Then she goes back and gets a handball out. Couldn't find the teammate with it. Quick kick off half back by Sapphira Allen for the Roosters. It gets it up towards their half forward line. Nice little handball slipped out too to Zavia Pepperell. And she'll kick it deep into the forward pocket now for T-Tree. Look like they'll get the first player there to the footy, the Roosters.
There's 2 against 1. Roosters have come out with the ball, but it's gone as far as a Warlpiri Warrior player. Still a bit of anyone's game as the ball gets kicked out, but looks like a stream of Swans there, but no one can take clear possession. Little toe poke over to teammates, didn't pay off there, but ball comes out and they're going to have another shot on goal there. And this one should...
good kick.
And I reckon that
Great goal. was it Keisha Pepperell, number 20?
Yeah, it looks like it.
Bit hard to pick up the number. No, it's a 30. So Lanisha Campbell. Couldn't quite pick up the number because the ponytail was down there covering it. So this is a great effort by the Roosters after the Warlpiri Warriors dominated the first 5 minutes with the aid of a breeze. That breeze is picking up, then dropping off, but now Atitjere have attacked into it. They've got 2 goals on the board and taken the lead. 2 straight 12 to 1 goal to 8, I think I've got. Ball up back in the middle. And again, Tatiana Dixon, she's doing well in the ruck for the Warlpiri side. She's punched that one out towards half forward. Aaliyah Tex leading in the race for the ball, but taken by the Roosters. Quick kick back into the centre of the ground. Pretty slick stuff there. Getting a quick hand on it was Shamala Walker. And now Zedriana King gets a kick forward for the Warlpiri side, and they're clear here. They had a few players loose around half forward. Long kick deep into the forward pocket. Ball bounces just wide of Michaela Johns. And what's going on here? The whistle's gone, I think.
Quarter time.
So someone's blowing the hooter. That's half time. I think that caught everyone by surprise.
I think we were all getting into the game there, Stan, as the final scores as we go into quarter time break is Warriors 1 goal to 8 and Swans 2 straight 12. So good game happening here, and
a great fight back too by Atitjere because
yes,
the Warlpiri Warriors absolutely dominated the opening 5 minutes. The wind was up a bit. They were kicking with the aid of it. And they just had the footy camped inside their forward line for almost the entirety of the first 5 minutes. The Roosters able to get it up to their forward line just a couple of times late in the term, and they really capitalised with some great finishing. 2 goals they got, one to Lanisha Campbell and one to Makita Martin. And the goal kicker for the Warlpiri Warriors was Michaela Johns. It's a pretty hectic start, and tell you what, the support from the sidelines, no doubt anyone viewing on ICTV can hear the excitement coming from those on the sidelines. Family and friends getting right behind the crew out there on the ground. Mostly younger ladies. I'd venture to say that generally this is looking like very much under 16s, but there seems to be a sprinkling of older ladies in amongst it, which is probably a good thing too, to provide a little bit of experience.
Yeah.
And steady the younger ones out there.
Seen that with all the teams that have played today, that there's mostly younger girls, and then a few of the older ones, just to give it a bit of balance. But remembering both teams here have played finals today to get into the grand final, and we'll just see how if they can continue their run as they see out the 4 quarters.
Yeah, look, one thing about carnivals, they're big in Central Australia,
yes.
Carnivals, but I tell you what, I feel for the players, constantly warming up, playing, cooling down again, then warming up again and going again, and getting a gap of maybe a half an hour or an hour between games. It's not easy. It's not necessarily what AFL was designed for, but
no,
we love our carnivals in Central Australia, and one thing about them is they bring people from everywhere, and it probably creates more participation opportunities. We're going to have a short break while the players are enjoying a break at quarter time. Stay with us on ICTV. We'll be back with more great action from Atitjere in the DREAMD Cup coming up shortly.
Watch out for these new videos on ICTV this week.
There's no shame. If you're doing all the good things that communities should do, you should be enjoying coming in contact with your other community members, and the chances are, if it's there, it'll bubble up and you might get it. But just be proactive. If we keep getting on top of it.
Jodaya popolare
And particularly if we're talking, you know, things like the trachoma and the sticky eyes and stuff in the clinics and the communities, those are, you know, are free services. They're usually funded through, you know, the remote clinics, through the, you know, the Aboriginal health workers and nurses. The trachoma programs are really well advanced, and so any clinic, any of the clinics, the RFDS, the remote Aboriginal services and the clinics and stuff, the clinic nurses, they're all well trained on seeing it these days because it's not too hard to diagnose, and it's not too hard.
Back the second quarter, about to get underway in the 2026 DREAMD Cup being played at Atitjere, 220 k's northeast of Alice Springs. Atitjere versus Warlpiri, and the Atitjere Roosters got the first kick out of the centre, went towards centre half forward, but now clearing off half-back the Warlpiri Warriors, and Atitjere Kelly with the football. And nice left-footed pass too. We noticed her in the semi-final, got a very good left foot. Found the teammate who took the mark on the wing. The next kick goes towards a half-forward flank. The Roosters got some numbers across to put some pressure on and see the ball out of bounds for a boundary throw-in. Pretty well on centre wing. And it won't be boundary throw-in. I'll just bring it in for a ball up because we haven't got the boundary umpires. Rob Clark to toss the footy into the air.
And looks like we have King versus Morton going up for the ruck. Morton wins it and brings it down to her teammate, but goes as far as Warlpiri Warriors' Zania Morris, who gets a kick out. But I reckon the boundary might win there. No, they've kept it in as the ball comes back in. But as far as Kelly, she gets a nice kick off to her teammate in Bianca White. Bianca's chasing the ball. She's got two Swans chasing her. And looks like we've seen Charlotte Leitner come from out of nowhere to chase that ball down. She's in there helping her teammate. She gets a quick kick out, but looks like, oh no, we've got a Warlpiri Warrior out there who's running for the ball. She was pretty quick, but Swans were able to get it, just not able to get the hands out. And tackling. The umpire has called holding the ball.
Good tackling.
It was great defence there by Warlpiri Warriors to get that ball back.
So from the far side of the ground on the flank, kick goes towards centre half forward. It was well directed. The chest mark was taken, and now quickly inside the attacking 50 for the Warlpiri Warriors. One thing that the Roosters have done is they've got good numbers back in defence. They certainly held up under pressure in the first term against the Breeze, and they seem to have pushed the numbers back at the right time again with the ball deep in attack for the Warlpiri Warriors. Umpire Rob Clark's going to call for a ball up. Signalling to do the ruck work is Taylor Spencer, and a nice two-handed tap down to her teammate, and quick kick around the corner. That's good. The mark taken by Zedriana King, who goes in towards goal and puts it through.
Yes.
Great play.
So Ruby McAdam there has just indicated the first goal for the second quarter, and that's going to Warriors. They now have 2-2 on the scoreboard. So that takes them to 14. And Swans are yet to score this quarter, but 2 goals, 12. So as we saw in the first quarter, they came back strong. So it'll be interesting to see how Swans...
That was fantastic play.
Oh, absolutely.
Right from the ruck where the tap was beautifully directed down to the teammate. And the quick kick around the corner found Zedriana King in space, and no mistake with the shot at goal either. Never looked like missing. Ball out towards the half-forward flank. The Roosters managing to paddle it forward. Nice play and good pick up there by Delilah Tillmouth. Long kick towards the top of the goal square. There was a marking contest. The ball spills to the front of it. They had some numbers around the Roosters, but so too the Warlpiri Wizards with their defenders. And a little soccer off the ground gets the ball out of the danger area. Might be, oh no, I thought it was Chloe Licklight. It wasn't. It was Alicia Egan there. Now the Roosters get it deep into attack. Up towards the top of the goal square. They outnumber them. Quick snap in towards goal has gone through.
Lanisha Campbell's kicked that.
That's her second.
Yeah, that's right. So that now takes Swans, Atitjere, to 3 goals straight. So they're 18, who have now taken the lead away from Warlpiri Warriors at 2-2-14.
After a little bit of an arm wrestle in the first quarter, this second quarter, end to end.
Yes. I reckon we're in for a cracker of a quarter if both teams can keep this up. No one wants to give in. They've been here for the last few days and wanting to show why they're here and why they've made it here. Might be seeing
an interchange here. Number 7 I've got down as Alexandria Dixon. When I spoke to Alexandria Dixon before the game, she's related to the great Bongo Dixon from the Undamoo Magpies. So it's great to see these family names. The Roosters do it the same way again out of the middle. The little toe tag out to the half-forward flank.
And she's come on and straight into a shepherd to help her teammate as we see Kelly get the hand pass out, but the Swans are fighting hard here to get the ball off them. As we see Kendra Morden, she's in there fighting for it, trying to get it out. No one can get a clear possession. Here we go. Alexandra Dixon, she's got it. She's kicked it in the way of her teammates, in the way of King and Bianca White, who are looking to move the ball down into their forward line.
She got it to Zanaya Morris, and now on to Shantae Kernoth. That's a name that we normally associate with the Atitjere, I would think. Kernoth, footy about 30 metres out from the Warlpiri goal. Oh, here's an opportunity, running and having a bounce, Taylor Spencer, but she ran a bit too far, holding the ball. And the free kick will go to the Roosters. And look at that sportsmanship. She quickly handed that back over and let the Roosters move it on quickly.
And she went in the direction of Danita McNamara. Unfortunately, she wasn't able to take a clean possession of it, and the ball's gone over the boundary line.
Could be a couple of prickles there just inside the fence. Something that we don't get in town. Got Maxalia Jiggly with the football here for the Warlpiri Warriors. And if they're watching up Ludjamanu way, g'day to the Jiggly family up there too. I'm sure they'd have some interest in this with their Undamoo cousins playing. The kick's going to go up towards the attacking 40-metre line. Pack around it, toe poked out towards the boundary line. Here's Spencer again. Can play a bit, this young lady. Gets the kick away deeper into the forward pocket. Plenty of Swans back there. They'll clear out of defence. Long clearing kick too.
Yeah, and unable to take the mark in Quenisha Sampson. So she's put the ball back out, back into Zena Morris. She elects to play on. She gets into their forward 50 and their lovely mark with clean hands, Taylor Spencer. She elects to play on to her teammate who tried to do a quick goal but didn't quite come off, and it's gone out of bounds.
Yeah, good pressure there by Keisha Pepperell for the Roosters, just to put pressure on that kick in towards goal. Chloe Licklightner was lining them up. Sorry, yeah. Charlotte Licklightner was lining them up, but the pressure was good. It's good to see the ladies working on the defensive side of the game too.
Yeah, no, it was really good to see as we see the Swans come in. They elect to play on. They're trying to get the ball out as quickly as possible, as goes in the way of Zaria Pepperell. She gets the ball out, and we've got a bit of a contest here as no, it's 2 against 1, so Warlpiri get the ball out. They kick into a bit of space, make their players run onto it, but the first one there looks like Damara Campbell. She's there fighting for the ball. She's not having any luck as Warlpiri take the ball towards their players, but no one's able to take clean possession. The ball's on the ground, gets kicked around, and it's gone in the air again. No one's taken clean possession, but we've got some skills going on here with that was Zania Morris.
There you go. Oh, Charlotte Licklightner with a shot at goal. Just hooked it wide.
Yep. The wind is just starting to pick up as well now as we head into this second quarter. As
Sapphira Allen.
She elects to play on for Atitjere Swans. She does a big kick out, but it goes as far as Zania Morris. She's elected to play on. She's taken a couple of bounces too. No, she goes on to the boot, and Swans' defence there is just a bit too strong with Rochelle Tillmouth. She's got the ball as far as her teammates. Swans are working it out towards their forward 50. But there's a bit of space in the midfield, so whoever gets it...
rank bounce.
Unfortunately, the bounce didn't... Oh, it did go the way of the Swans in the end, as there's a bit of a 2-on-2 there as the ball goes out in the far wing.
Well, that'd be interesting. Umpire's call on that. Thought there might have been a little bit of an opportunity to dispose of it with the palm off, but he's decided on the ball up. Darren Talbot. Woolpit Warriors hovering around it there. That's Alexandria Dixon now spills out to the Roosters, and they're a chance to be away. This is good running football. 2 bounces down the far side wing. Kick goes into the forward pocket. Lanisha Campbell there, she's kicked a couple of goals, but she's got a couple of players to try and beat here. They had good numbers back in defence, the Woolpit Warriors. And the long clearing kick will get out towards the half-back flank area. Just waiting for the bounce. Kick went a little bit off the side of the foot. And now Atitjere will drive it deep into attack again. It might have been the hooter going in the background.
Was that the...
Yep, Darren Talbot's put up the 2 hands, so... half-time and an entertaining first half of footy. It's been 2. Atitjere are leading 3 straight goals, 18 to the Woolpit Warriors 2-14. So 4 points of difference, and despite the fact there's a little bit of a breeze, it could have some impact on the score out there, Shirley. Both teams have shown us are able to attack into it, so we've got a good even contest regardless of which way the wind's blowing.
Yeah, that's right. I reckon it's picked up a little bit more, so it'll be interesting if it stays this way or gets a little bit stronger and makes a bit more of an impact on the game.
Goal kickers for Atitjere. Lanisha Campbell has kicked 2 and 1 to Makita Martin. And for the Woolpit Warriors, Zedriana King kicked 1 in that second term, and Michaela Johns got 1 in the opening term. I'm just going to give a special mention just to one player that's caught my eye for the Woolpit Warriors, Shirley, number 20, Bianca White. Skills are outstanding.
Yeah.
Just seems to have that general footy awareness, but once the ball's in the hands, the skills have been fantastic. Zania Morris has probably benefited a bit from that too, the number 8, who showed us a little bit of a dash with that 2-bounce run inside the attacking area for the Woolpit Warriors. But just a couple for the Woolpit side that caught my eye, and I thought worth the mention. Probably haven't quite picked Bianca up in the call a couple of times.
Yeah.
But very, very impressive skills.
She just, and to me, she just sort of settles a bit, is able to deliver the ball down to their forward line a bit easier. So, yeah, she's very handy in the midfield there.
And speaking of that particular surname, I'll send a quick cheerio out to my old mate Robert White, former Unamu and West player in the CAFL as well. So I'll send a cheerio out to Robert. I'm sure there's some sort of family connection there with that surname. Look, you're watching the Dreamed Cup for 2026. Women's football coming to you live from Atitjere in Central Australia. We're going to have a short break while the players enjoy a short break during half-time. Stay with us. Second half coming up soon.
Share your message with ICTV. Do you have an ad that needs to reach Indigenous Australians living in remote areas? Advertising on ICTV is an extremely effective way of communicating your message. ICTV can deliver your message in a way that connects community members and encourages positive engagement. If you would like to advertise with ICTV, contact us via our website or check us out on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter. ICTV, showing our way.
ICTV presents our bedtime stories. Traditional bedtime stories for children told by elders in language. Sunday to Thursday at 7:30 p.m.
Yes, it's time for our story.
ICTV, showing our way.
When I grow older, they're gonna know my name. Standing on shoulders of our greats. 'Cause I know I belong. I'm a show, I'm black and strong. Standing on shoulders of our greats.
Yeah, I'm Kathy hunting gold. Uncle Mackie in my soul. The greatest story never sold. Got a price on my head 'cause fortune favors the bold. Look, I'm shooting through the ceiling, black and proud, the only feeling I instill into my children. And I see the future's path, I done my part and now I'm chilling. I invested in the mob, I let my people in the building. I didn't fold, I didn't quit. I can see the torch, now it's lit. Even when my back against the wall, I chose to fly, then I rise above it all. Was used to having no fixed address. Now there's colored stones on my neck. Paid off the pain that I felt, 'cause I told my younger self.
When I grow older, they're gonna know my name. Standing on shoulders of our greats. 'Cause I know I belong. I'm a show, I'm black and strong. Standing on shoulders of our greats. When I grow older, they're gonna know my name. Hello, you're watching ICT.
ICTV.
V.
ICTV.
V. So I hope you enjoyed the show and yeah, have a good night, good evening, good morning. My name's Daniel and you're watching ICT. V.
And welcome back to ICTV's coverage of the 2026 DREAMD Cup, coming to you from Atitjere, 220 kilometres northeast of Alice Springs. Beautiful community in amongst the Hart Ranges. And, well, we've got a great contest on our hand in the grand final. There's only 4 points in it. The Atitjere Rooster Swans are leading 3 straight goals, 18 to the Walpri Warriors, 2-14. My name's Stan Coombe. Joining me in commentary, Shirley Taylor. Shirley, entertaining first half. We've seen the ladies get into their halftime huddles over near us and hooking into the oranges and having a good old time.
Yeah, and we were talking earlier about, you know, some of the male players giving back. We've seen it here happening as well, you know, like they've got, you know, players running water. I've seen a player who played for Plenty go out to do some goal umpiring. I think this is just a great atmosphere out here at the moment, and very, you know, good community spirit and giving back to everybody.
Yeah, and just see Jeremiah Webb giving a little bit of a fist pump there to a couple of the girls underneath the organisers' tent. Of course, a big thank you to the organiser of this one too, the DREAMD Academy, who have brought the who's who of AFL women's football to Central Australia this week and out here to Hart Range or Atitjere over the last couple of days. Just some of the absolute superstars of the women's competition, and I'm sure they'll have their eye on the talent out here, wondering if they can get a few of these young ladies into the ranks over the next couple of years.
So they've spent a couple of days out here and in town, so doing some clinics. So I think they would have had a good look at the talent that's been around the place, and I'd say they'd be very impressed, as you know, often we are watching these games.
Yeah, and look, I'm a bit worried about mentoring some of the organisations that have been involved with this, because I'm sure I'm going to miss a few out. But obviously the Red Tracks Red Tails, Pink Tails, Right Tracks program have been out involved, and we're seeing the umpires out there, Rob Clark and Darren Talbot. With their involvement comes involvement with Congress too.
Yeah.
Of course, Congress Health. So they've been involved with the nutrition side of things as well out here. Children's Ground, I mentioned Jeremiah Webb involved with them, has helped bring it together, and obviously we've got ICTV on board too to provide the coverage. It's a bit of a blueprint for me, Cheryl Lee, on how we do things in Central Australia. You need to get all these organisations together and put in a joint effort instead of being separate and fighting for our own funding and trying to do things our own way. If you want to make it successful, we need to get those sort of organisations working together as these ones have.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, we're just seeing the fruits of that as the games play out now in this grand final, with going into the third quarter, Tea Tree 3 goals straight, 18 to Walpurgis Warriors 2-14. As the umpire signals the ball up, but timekeepers I don't think are quite ready.
Well, they're going to go anyway.
The ball's up as the two rucks go at it. Looks like Walpurgis might come out with it. No, the Swans, there's a bit of a fight, a bit of a tussle, but still a bit of a who's who trying to get it out, as there's been no clear possession, but
good tackling.
Spencer, which we've called a few times, has a holding against her. So now we've got Sophia Allen. She's going to take the kick. Nice kick there, goes into, moves down the line, but none of her teammates were able to take possession of that. And this name that we've called a few times, Zania Morris, she's taken a bounce, but she's lost it, but she's managed to gain it back again, puts it on the boot, goes as far as Swans players, but there's still one teammate in Charlotte Leitner who's in there fighting for the ball, as there's a bit of a tussle on the ground. No one's able to take clean possession, but Swans look like they've just gotten the ball out.
Gee, some of the tackling's been sensational.
Thought a bit unlucky there not to get the free kick, but as we see now, Swans, they're in lead, aren't able to get a kick away, but teammate comes in and collects it, gives it a big quick out, and it goes as far as Walpurgis Warriors, who are able to take possession but unable to have clean possession, as there's a fight for the ball just in front of the commentators box here, as we've got
Delilah Tillmouth, I think. Is that a number 8? Yeah, it is.
Oh, I thought it was number 9. I was about to say I don't have a number 9.
Little toe poke to get the ball moving further and to her own advantage as well. Now she gets assistance from a teammate. Sapphira Allen got the kick up towards centre half forward now for Tea Tree. Plenty of Walpurgis defenders back there. They're under pressure though, and the umpire's called holding the ball. And the free kick goes to Makita Martin now for Tea Tree. She moved it on quickly and long, got it inside 50, just through the fingertips of her teammate, who's under a fair bit of pressure. Got a few to beat back there as Keisha Pepperell. Kick will go forward, and that might be a goal.
Yes, that is. The umpires signalled a goal there, as that takes Tea Tree to 4 goals straight. Some very good accuracy here. I missed who kicked that as well, Stan.
Yeah, look, I've got an eye on a player who's not going to turn around and show me their jumper number. I'll get you to call the action from the centre bounce, and I'm going to keep an eye on this player and wait for them to turn around, because we certainly want to acknowledge a great goal. We want to acknowledge the name of the player who kicked it.
Yeah, there was a bit of a fight to get it down there, so well done. Tea Tree, 4 goals straight, 24. Walpurgis, 2-14 as the ball goes up. And we've got Swan versus Warrior, but it looks like Zania Morris is going to take possession and get a huge kick out. Send it into her forward 50 in the way of Zendriana King. King does a bit of a kick and goes through for a behind. Now, I just hope these behinds don't come back to bite Walpurgis in the end of the game's final score. And the umpire's just calling it back.
I'm going to take a bit of a guess, Cheryl Lee. I think it might have been Kayla Martin, number 18, who's kicked that goal for Tea Tree. It's a handy one too. That's a little bit of breathing space they've got.
Yeah, and great to see the accuracy from those Tea Tree Swans. As the ball comes in, Tea Tree, they get, it looks like it's going to go as far as Shakayla Kelly. She's able to take a bit of a knock to the ground, but ball gets out as far as Swans. Swans are there, 3 against 1. Let's see who's going to win this one. But we see Taylor Spencer, she was there waiting for the ball and able to get it out to her teammate Azania Morris. Said that name a few times. And there's a
great goal. Might have been Kirsten Woods.
Kirsten Woods.
What did you have it down as? I thought it was all right. I went for the 16. So Alicia Egan.
Oh no, you were right. Stan 16 on the
Kirsten
action
Woods.
replay. So
Woods has got the goods.
That was very handy work from Walpurgis Warriors, and they certainly needed that.
They did. It was just getting away from them a bit. It's the first time any of the teams have been able to open up a lead that's been bigger than the one goal. Now they've knocked it back into that range again.
Yeah, so now we've got Atitjere Swans at 4-24. Some good goal kicking there. Walpurgis Warriors 3-3-21. So back to 3 points and anyone's game, I'd say.
Yeah, Taylor Spencer again had some involvement in that. Now she's doing the ruck work, but it's Atitjere to get the quick kick forward. Kadina Morton, that might have been out to the half-forward flank area. Walpurgis player there went for the bounce, left the footy behind. Morton comes in again for the Roosters. Now her teammate gets a quick kick forward. That was Delilah Tillmouth. It's about it's up to the half-forward flank area. So a nice pick out and run out of defence. Attempted again there. I don't have a 21 for the Walpurgis Wizards. The kick goes into attack and Walpurgis come up with a mark in defence taken by Maddie Sampson. Sampson's kicked the half-back for Lichtleitner.
Yeah, as the ball goes into their midfield, Warriors, they're very keen to get the ball down into their 50, but it's going to be met with Swans. A Swan's able to take clean possession. Oh. Yes, she is. She ran through a pack of about 3 Walpurgis Warriors, took a bounce. She's put the ball on the boot and didn't quite go to plan, but she's got one of her teammates there in running towards the boundary, but the boundary's going to beat all of them on this occasion.
Better give Danita McNamara a bit of a mention for that play. That was fantastic. Great stuff. Here go the Warriors. They've got 2 players loose on the half-forward flank looking for a good bounce. Been very, very good, Bianca White. And this time, the kick doesn't find the teammate, which is probably the first time that's happened for her. And the Roosters got a 50 metre penalty.
I reckon she went over the mark there.
Danita McNamara will be the benefit of that one. She just produced a good passage of play earlier, just about 30 seconds ago.
And she's going for a bit of a jog as well.
This will take her past the centre, I would think.
Almost at centre circle.
Rob Clark, a good mechanic, don't buy real estate from him. Kick a short one and just out wide. There's a couple of Roosters out there. Nice pick up in the end by Kadina Morton. And now the kick will just clear the centre circle. Toe poke forward there by Spencer for the Walpurgis Wizards. Then she goes and picks it up. A little kick forward was straight into her teammate, Zanaya Morris, but she can play and she can run. She's had a couple of bounces, 3 bounces now, 4 bounces. That one almost didn't come back to her. Slams it onto the boot, deep into attack, but they were waiting for it there, the Roosters. And Zavia Peppel's taken the mark.
Yeah, no, and Walpurgis got the ball back as I think there's a whistle, yep. No, and umpire Clark has said that was a throw.
Because I reckon Kirsten Woods had kicked a second goal for the term, but it's not going to count.
No, the ball's coming back. And
gee, that would have put him in front too.
It would have. So Swans now, they're going to take the ball. They're looking for their options. And it goes in the direction. Looks like, is that Damara Campbell? Can't quite see that one as we've got King there in there for Walpurgis Warriors trying to get the ball out. There's a swarm of players on both teams, but no one can take clean possession. Swans in there fighting hard. Walpurgis in there fighting hard. Very close game. Still 3 points in it, and there's been a whistle and a free kick to Swans.
Tough in the packs.
Oh no, there's a ball up. Apologies. Ball goes up. We've got Allen for Swans. She tapped the ball as far as Walpurgis with a behind now given.
Michaela Johns getting on the scoreboard with a behind.
It may all end up being relevant in the
getting
end.
Close. There's only 2 points of difference now, so it is tightening up in this third term. Long clearing kick out of defence for the Roosters. Gee, she been a good player. This one's an Morris. This time she's taken the mark, showing some real dash today. Played on quickly, clever kick around the corner. Mark taken. Shakayla Kelly, I don't know if she intended to play on. Oh, lovely left foot, drills it through the middle. I think we mentioned that left boot earlier on in the call.
Yeah, she said.
That's a great kick.
That is, and I think she sort of stopped and then was like, am I playing on, am I going? And then in the end she played on, and easy goal there.
With a kick like that, I'd be recommending go back and have a shot, young lady. You're an excellent kicker of the football. Beautifully executed drop punt.
Yeah, she was lucky the Swans defence didn't hold her up, but so played off very well. Atitjere 4 goals straight, 24 to Warlpiri Warriors 4-4, 28. So 4 points in it now.
So Kayla Kelly, the goal kicker. Cheerio to the Kelly gang out at you and the Moo.
Yeah, we've got about 20 seconds, I reckon, on the clock as umpire Talbot throws the ball up. No one's able to win clean possession. Swans are in there. They are able to get it out. Are they going to sneak a goal before the end of the siren? It looks like there we've got Pepperell.
Oh, there's a bell. Or the hooter.
The hooter, the bell, yep.
3/4 time. Well, I tell you what, the excitement on the sidelines from the two coaching benches is certainly something to listen to as well. 4 points the difference at the final break. The Warlpiri Warriors leading 4-4-28 to the Atitjere Rooster Swans, 4 straight goals, 24. So 4 points the difference. The Swans will come home to what has been the scoring end of the ground for most of the day. We have seen these two teams actually score into it, but certainly the wind favouring the end that the Atitjere side is going to be coming home towards, so I don't think the 4 point deficit will deter them too much. This game is up for grabs. We're at the final break. We'll take a short break from the commentary on ICTV. Stay with us. The last quarter of the 2026 DREAMD Cup coming your way shortly.
ICTV, showing your way, my way, our way. Highway.
Hello, you're watching ICT.
ICTV.
V.
ICTV.
V. So I hope you enjoy the show, and yeah, have a good night, good evening, good morning. My name's Daniel and you're watching ICT. V.
And welcome back to ICTV's coverage of the 2026 DREAMD Cup.
Yeah, what a great grand final this is turning out to be, Stan.
4 points the difference, and look, that's been the margin at every break. Although it was Atitjere leading by 4 points at quarter time, 4 points at half time, but now it's the Warlpiri Warriors on top by 4 points at three-quarter time. Makes for a great last term. We've got Atitjere heading towards what has been the scoring end, so if they're going to come from behind and snatch a win, they're in a good position to do it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. We've got the umpires and the players all out, ready to go. So, although it looks like we've got the sideline dancing to the music, so I'm not sure the timekeepers are.
It's been a real festive atmosphere here with thunderstruck pumping in the background at various times. Great effort by the DREAMD Academy to get this going as umpire Talbot tosses it into the air to get the last quarter underway. The ball comes out towards the commentary side. I was almost going to say grandstand side wing, with the commentary side wing, and now the Roosters will get the kick forward off the foot there of Xavier Pepperell. Yeah, the ball's gone out of bounds.
Yeah, as they're just looking to get the ball back. She's had to jump the fence there to get the ball. Looks like trying to get rid of the prickles from the ball as it comes back in. As we've got the Warlpiri Warriors now got possession of the ball. They're looking at their options, and that was Shakayla Kelly. She's gone to her teammate who's got some nice hands, taken a nice mark, but looks like it's been intercepted by the Roosters. But no, Warlpiri have come out with the ball in that one. They're able to get clean possession and bring the ball out. They're heading towards their goal end as the ball goes high and lovely mark there. Yes.
Is that White again? Yeah, Bianca White.
Bianca White. She's finishing off her good game. She's gone and sent the ball in, but unfortunately it's gone as far as Swans. And that looked like Danita McNamara. She's got the ball. She's sent the ball into the midfield, but it's gone again as far as Warlpiri in Taylor Spencer. She gives it to her teammate Bianca White, that name we've called a few times now, as we've got Charlotte Leitner. She's tracking the footy down. She's just tapping it away, trying to get clean possession. Unfortunately, she can't. She gets out. She gets a little tap to her teammate in Alexander Dixon, who's now got the free kick. She's looking for her options. She puts the ball in the boot, sends it to White. White wasn't able to take possession of that. We've got a bunch of Swans players who just kick the ball out. Goes as far as Warlpiri Warriors. That ball is just not bouncing to the way that the Warlpiri Warriors want it to go. And Swans are able to take possession of that as a whistle has gone.
Might be holding the ball.
Yeah, so looks like Shanae Kunoff has got a free kick. She's going to, you'd think, line up for goal.
With the surname Kunoff, should be able to read the conditions out this way.
That's right, and she's probably got plenty of family on the sideline backing her in. Unfortunately, the ball's come off the side of her foot, and it's gone out of bounds on the full.
Well, keeps the game, keeps the contest tight. Still 4 points the lead to the Warlpiri Warriors, and out of defence come Atitjere, and through the hands of Zania Morris. It's probably the first time she hasn't taken the ball cleanly, and the Roosters continue to paddle it forward. That was excellent play. Eventually the pick-up, that's Danita McNamara, who's had a fine game, mostly in defence, now working her way up towards the midfield. Another good player there, Spencer, for the Warlpiri side. Got a little boot on it. Footy taken by Delilah Tillmouth. Kicks towards centre half forward. Aaliyah Tex is back there for the Warlpiri side, and she'll deliver it back into the centre of the ground.
Yeah, a bit of a clash there between the two Warlpiri players, but they've still managed to get the ball out. And it's gone, it looks like Shakayla Kelly. She's going to get possession of it. She puts the ball on the boot, sends it in to her forward 50. No one's able to take clean possession. We've got Alexander Dixon. She's there, got a little toe poke onto it, but has the umpires signalled something? No. The players are there fighting for the footy, but umpires said, give me that. I will have that one.
We'll get no score out of that. It's only about a metre out from goal here.
As the ball goes up, we've got the two rucks. No one was able to get a tap on that one, but looks like Alexander Dixon tried to get a little toe poke, but didn't go too far as a Swans player who got the ball out. But now we've got Kanisha Sampson who's doing the chasing here. She's taken one bounce. She puts the ball out and she goes to her teammate in Zania Morris. We called her a name a few times today. She wasn't able to get a good clean kick out, and so Swans have taken possession of that footy and sends the ball back out.
Out to the half-back flank, probably the smallest player out there, Chloe Lickleitner. Two Lickleitners out there, Chloe and Charlotte. I think Chloe's going to get the free kick here, taken high. You see on your screens there, holding her head at the moment, and concern from teammates and opponents alike. So good sportsmanship
like
there. She's going to head towards the sideline, so I'd imagine one of the Warlpiri Warrior teammates will take the kick for her. It should still be their kick, and it looks like her sister might take it. So Chloe Lickleitner earns a kick for Charlotte Lickleitner. And be able to drive it forward. Good kick too, good pass. And the mark's been taken by Shakayla Kelly, and we know what a dangerous left boot she's got. This distance probably about 30-35 metres out from goal. But from what we've seen of her kicking so far today, I reckon a good chance to kick this one.
Yep, she's going to kick from about the...
played on.
She fooled us all. She's played on. She's gone for a goal, but...
might not be a score at all.
I think it was out of bounds on the full.
Certainly some awareness there to get going quickly. The Roosters under a little bit of pressure here. They've locked this ball in their forward half, the Warlpiri side.
But good work to Tea Tree Rooster Swans, who haven't given up. Their defensive has been quite good and hasn't allowed scoring from the Warlpiri. There's been a free kick given here back to Warlpiri Warriors, and Zania Morris, she takes it. She puts the ball up, hits the centre square, the goal square, but no one's taken clean possession. It's gone over the boundary line.
It's hard to believe with all the attacking they've done in this final term that the Warlpiri Warriors haven't managed to hit the scoreboard, not even a point. And it's getting to the stage now where a point or two could make a big difference here. Here's a shot at goal. That one's gone across the face as well and not through, and the Roosters are with a clear. The kick comes out towards Chalissa Tilmouth. Quickly getting the ball forward now for the Roosters. This time they gain a bit of yardage. Good follow-up play again by Tilmouth. Now she'll pass off up towards the wing. The bouncing ball goes over the head of a couple of players. Clever tap forward there by the Roosters. They're making a chance, or a fist of this. They're trying to get it up towards their attacking zone where it hasn't been all quarter, but now Maddie Sampson with the clearing kick out of defence for Warlpiri. Here comes Kelly again onto that dangerous left foot. Low trajectory pass. Went through the hands of the Tea Tree defender. Kanisha Sampson gathers for the Warlpiri side. Breaks the tackle. Goes with the right boot in towards goal. And a point on the board. Takes them to 4-5 to 4 goals.
Yeah, Shamela Walker from Tea Tree Swans, they just stopped that. And I tell you, again, the defensive... from the Swans has just been, they're just not giving up.
No, they've been under the pump too.
Absolutely, and they've played probably 8 minutes in their defensive 50. So well done on the defence there. As we see King, she's there just trying to take clean possession. She's been tackled, and umpire Talbot said, "Yep, I'll drop in the ball."
This might be the chance for Tea Tree. You only have to get it up there once. If they get a goal, they hit the front. Ball at half-back for them at the moment. Quick kick forward by Alexandria Dixon. It's inside the attacking zone now. Shantae Kurnoth after it now for the Warlpiri side. But again, The Tea Tree Roosters defence is up to the challenge, and they get the clear and kick out towards the half-back flank. There's Zanaya Morris, one of the better players on the ground. Tried to sell a bit of candy. Pretty good tackle there by Shania Scrutton. It stopped her from going forward, and she's been able to break tackles before. She's showing us today. Ball close to the boundary line. Kernoth in after it again. And it goes over the line, just inside that slightly wobbly 40-metre line. And we'll get a boundary throw in as Rob Clark comes to collect the footy.
Yeah, so
They've got to get it up. They've got to get it up the other end quickly.
yeah, we've got a bit of I reckon, an injury. Morris might be running out of puff there, but her teammates haven't. They're taking control of this game. They want the ball. They want a goal out of this. As the ball, there's quick kick to King. King tries to sell through the goal post, but nothing happening there. As the ball comes back, it's now heading towards the midfield. Swans. Oh, that was a throw. Umpire didn't blow the whistle on that one. Play on.
There was a few umpires out there signalling for it, wasn't there?
there was.
Roosters are going to get this. This might be the last chance for them. Get it up that forward line and get the goal on the board. That's what they need.
They'll be lucky if they can get a kick out of this one, if they can beat the siren. Ball goes in the further side, the Queensland border side.
They were ready for it. There's the bell. There's the bell on our scorecard. That means the Walpri Warriors win it 4-5 to 4 goals. That's what we make a great game of football.
Yeah, so heading into the last quarter, we'll see Tea Tree 4 goals straight, 24. Walpri 4-5 at 29, so 5 points in it. And
there it is. So they've just announced the score over the PA system, and the Walpri players out on the field, but their support crew on the sidelines went absolutely crazy when they heard the score, and you can see the celebrations on your ICTV screens. So the Walpri Warriors take out the 2026 DREAMD Cup in a great grand final over a very brave Tea Tree Roosters or Tea Tree Swans side. 5 points in it, was close all day. Tea Tree led by 4 points at quarter time and half time. The Walpri team turned that around to lead by 4 points at three-quarter time, and then they just managed to increase that margin by just 1 point in that final term. They attacked relentlessly, and Tea Tree defended dourly to stop them at least getting a major score on the ball, but they just couldn't get the ball up there into the ground to get the goal that they needed.
yeah, look, I think, I said it before, the Tea Tree defence was working overtime and they did a great job. And probably unfortunate that Walpri weren't able to have a major score in that final quarter. So not that it mattered in the end, Stan.
Goal kickers for the Walpri Warriors, we've got one each for Zedriana King, Shakayla Kelly, Kirsten Wood and Michaela Johns. And for Tea Tree, two to Lanisha Campbell and one each for Makita Martin and Hekayla Martin. So the Martins getting in amongst the goals for the Tea Tree side. Look, just a quick look down my list for some better players. I actually thought Taylor and Spencer was dominant through the midfield. She went and did the ruck in the second half, but got plenty of footy for the Walpri side. Bianca White, I mentioned, I'm very impressed with her skills. Zanaya Morris, number 8, real dasher. A couple of times there she treated us to some great running bounce football.
Yeah, she just seemed to be everywhere.
Zedriana King, we'll give her a mention as well. And I venture to say I know a young man called Zedrikas King. If Zedrikas and Zedriana aren't related, I'd be very surprised. Over on the Tea Tree side, look, I thought Danita McNamara out of the back line, absolutely fantastic. Michaela Martin kicked a goal and was a good player, as was Makita Martin, likewise got a goal on the board. I thought Sapphira Allen, the number 14, was very, very good, and I'll give mentions to a couple of Tillmouths, Rochelle Tillmouth and Delilah Tillmouth as well. You might have spotted a couple of others that you want to throw in, but look, in the end, well done to all the ladies that were out there today.
I probably had the same as well, Stan, and I think, Morris from Walpri Warriors just were everywhere. And just looking as the teams come out together, I think this is great sportsmanship.
Fantastic,
everyone out together.
This is great vision on your ICTV cameras. You can hear how much these young ladies have enjoyed this opportunity. It's something like this hasn't come their way before.
No, that's right, and this is, I think, something, you know, very good and very exceptional to be involved in. So well done to not only these two teams, but all the teams that have played over the last couple of days. I think, you know, they've done really well, and hopefully they've got something out of it as well.
Yeah, well, this might be the forerunner of maybe full-time football for these young ladies. You've got to start somewhere. And,
Absolutely.
This is a great start. And look, the scenes that you can see on your screens at the moment, it's fantastic. Well done to the DREAMD Academy. I think Lou has been the main organiser. Fantastic. Not easy to organise stuff out in the bush, but to come up with this, fantastic. And just what we're seeing now with these ladies, all mixed up too. They're not just gathered in their team here. As we go around the circle, you can see the red shirt, the dark shirt of the Walpri Warriors, and then the red shirt again of the Tea Tree Roosters. They've mixed it up.
Yeah. And, you know, a lot of these players will be related, as we know, you know, often happens, and, you know, you play against and with family. So
well, it's the first time I've ever called a Kernoth on a Walpri team sheet, but I've done it today. I've certainly called the name Kernoth on a team sheet from the Plenty Highway region before, but there
Absolutely.
you go. And I think I mentioned a couple of times in there surnames like Jiggly, which are probably more associated with larger Manu. So, yeah, look, the family connection spread right through Central Australia. And this is
Lots of
great.
names from Traeger Park.
Look, we've always gathered, you know, historically, we've always gathered around the men playing this great game of ours, AFL, to see the men gather around the ladies playing it now. It's absolutely fantastic. It's taken a little bit longer in the bush than it probably has elsewhere. It probably took a little bit longer in Alice Springs than it did around the rest of the country as well.
Yeah.
But it's been embraced, and it's a wonderful thing for the atmosphere at football. It truly is. You see, Mum just doesn't come down to bring the kids these days. This time Mum comes down with a footy bag and Dad can bring the kids.
Yes, and we do see that happen, and hopefully we see more of it with more women's footy, not only in the bush but in town, and hopefully, you know, at some stage these guys will get an opportunity to play on that big stage, and you know, that's what, you know, some of them may dream to do.
Gee, look, it's become a force in town, the women's competition. I'm just wondering if there's perhaps some coaches sitting there in town at the moment watching this on their ICTV screens and thinking, gee, there's some talent out there. We might need to go and recruit. I think the first town clubs to do it are going to benefit enormously from it. I think once a couple of them do it, then I think the others are just going to have to follow suit if they want to keep pace. You'll
find some of the girls do play in town. You know, from out here at Harts Range, Alpara, and Daria. So there's a little bit of that happening. So, but I think as you say, as remote footy grows in the women's space, then I think we'll see more and more that shift of, you know, these players wanting to play in town.
We had the pleasure last year of commentating for ICTV with the local women's grand final. There's some young ladies we saw today. They will walk into those football teams.
Absolutely.
On the talent and skill. Look, the left foot of Shakayla Kelly, there's a few blokes in town that wouldn't mind being able to kick the footy as good as she can. So
absolutely, and I think, you know, the game before we started televising, watching, I think I saw like a 20-metre hand pass and, you know, hit the target. So certainly talent. And
look, there's no doubting the commitment towards the defensive side of the game too. Tackling has been fierce.
Yes.
And look, on this sort of surface, I admire anyone that can get out there and cop a hard tackle on this sort of surface. But you certainly seen when the ball was in a pack, it was hard to get out because the body pressure was applied straight away as soon as someone did get hands on the footy.
Yeah, and we just saw in that last sort of tackle, I think, as well, you know, hitting the ground is pretty hard, and, you know, playing 2 games in this heat, some of them probably a bit worse for wear, but they've all come off doing pretty well.
There'll be a few ice packs being shared around later on this evening, I think. there'll certainly be some sore spots.
Yeah, absolutely. And some of them have got a long trip home, but so yeah, good to see.
And the ladies all giving themselves a great round of applause, which they thoroughly deserve too. So fantastic stuff. Stay with us on ICTV. Might be a little bit more to come. We might see if we can find a way to have a little bit of a chat with some of the organisers, some of the. All right. So
we'll go to a break.
We might have a short break. Stay with us on ICTV. When we come back, we'll see if we can find some people to have a talk to.
Watch out for these new videos on ICTV this week.
There's no shame. If you're doing all the good things that communities should do, you should be enjoying coming in contact with your other community members, and the chances are, if it's there, it'll bubble up and you might get it. But just be proactive. If we keep getting on top of it. And particularly if we're talking, things like the trachoma and the sticky eyes and stuff in the clinics and the communities, those are, are free services. They're usually funded through, the remote clinics, through the Aboriginal health workers and nurses. The trachoma programs are really well advanced, and so any of the clinics, the RFDS, the remote Aboriginal services and the clinics and stuff, the clinic nurses, they're all well trained on seeing it these days, because it's not too hard to diagnose, and it's not too hard.
ICTV, showing hours.
ICTV's coverage of the 2026 DREAMD Academy Cup, coming to you from Atitjere, 220 kilometres northeast of Alice Springs. My name's Stan Coombs. Joining us in commentary are some of our visitors from the AFLW competition that have come along. A couple of superstars join us. First up, we've got Ash Riddell, well, two North Melbourne players, two North Melbourne Premiership players, Ash Riddell and Jazz Gardner. I can tell you, well, I probably don't have to tell you, most of you probably know that Ash won the competition best and fairest medal last year. She's a 5-time All-Australian and Jazz is an 8-time All-Australian. Got a bit of silverware to go on her mantelpiece as well, a best on ground in the grand final. Ladies, thanks for joining us on ICTV, and firstly, Jazz, thanks for coming to Central Australia. How's it been?
Yeah, unbelievable. Been such a great experience. Just loved every minute of it, and it's been some pretty impressive footy to watch.
You've been in Alice during the week and then out here for a couple of days?
Yeah, that's it. We had a few clinics in Alice with the girls there, and then travelled here yesterday, camps last night. Had some bush tucker. We tried the damper and the kangaroo stew, which was, lovely. And then out here today watching the finals. So, it's been a really busy few days, but, I've loved every minute of it.
Any future North Melbourne players out there?
Oh, there could be a few. As I said, it was quite impressive. A lot of attacking, one-way footy, but it's, unbelievable to watch. It's just exciting footy, and I just, love how everyone gets around it. And, we were right into that grand final. It was a great game, and, probably only broke open in that last quarter, but, great game to watch.
All right, we might hand over to Ash, and we'll try and move through quickly because we've got a few of the other ladies to have a talk to as well. Ash, welcome to Central Australia. How have you found it?
Oh, it's been amazing. I think Jazz touched on it's been amazing to be immersed in such a wonderful community and meet all the other different communities and have everyone in the one place for such an amazing academy. So very fortunate to be a part of it, and it's been so nice to make so many connections.
You've got to admire the ladies too. Look at the ground out there. Imagine playing at your level on a surface like this. How they manage it is amazing.
It's incredible. We went for a run this morning and we were complaining the whole time about how slippery it was, and then these girls come out and play a full match and in their socks and bare feet and whatnot, and very inspirational stuff.
Do you know how it all came about, the concept to come out here?
I'm not sure the exact concept for this particular community, but I know that Lulu's worked really, really hard to get the ball rolling on this and wanted to bring so many communities together out here in Harts Range. So it's an amazing initiative by her, and it's great to see girls playing footy and having accessibility to camps like this.
Yeah, look, we can't thank you enough for coming. It's an opportunity for these young ladies to look upwards. You're great role models for them, and let's hope that from this visit we see some of these ladies that we saw out on the football field venturing up to maybe be teammates of yourselves or even opponents.
Absolutely. Thanks for having us.
All right, we might hand the microphone over and see if we can introduce a few of these other ladies that come here, but a big thank you to Ash and Jazz for having a chat. Yep. Hello.
Hi.
Who have we got?
Hi, I'm Sarah Steele Park from the Sydney Swans, and I'm joined by
Courtney Hodder from the Brisbane Lions.
Rightio. Well, Sarah, you can vouch for Central Australia a little bit. You spent a bit of time here before you went to the big league.
Yeah. I did. I played for Rovers in my first year when I moved out here as a teacher, and then I played with Pinktails and went down to the Sandful and played for North Adelaide.
So obviously from that, you're gonna have some nice things to say about the Red Tails, Pinktails, Right Tracks program.
Oh, absolutely. I couldn't speak more highly of it. I wouldn't be playing with the Sydney Swans if it wasn't for Pinktails, Red Tails. They were the pathway from Central Australia to AFLW.
And look, you mentioned Rovers. They won the premiership here last year.
Yep.
A few quality players there. There's probably a couple you might remember that probably got the skill set to play AFLW.
Oh, absolutely. Like non-stop. I think majority of those girls like Dorina Hanson and Lara Harding and the likes of them, they train with the Pinktails, Red Tails. But yeah, Rovers has incredible talent that I do believe can play in the W.
Now we might say hello to Courtney, two-time premiership player from the Brisbane Lions, 49 AFLW games, but you're probably someone that's a bit of proof that you can come here from a different background and a different sport.
Yeah, no, I think it's awesome to see the amount of talent, and I think all sports just brings communities together, whether it's footy, you know, I have a little bit of a rugby background also. But yeah, I think it's just so awesome to see each and everyone come here and, you know, they're travelling, you know, hours and hours on buses, and we all camped out last night, so that was so cool for me.
Your surname, we're pretty familiar with that in Central Australia. Do you have any knowledge of any family here? I think ICTV had a Stevie on it, didn't they?
I think he's somewhere here too.
Yeah, so Hodder, my family from little town Yalgoo, just I think east of Geraldton, and then my mum's family's from Fremantle, but I'm a proud Buddy Mire and Wodjuk woman myself, yeah.
Looking to maybe get a recruit or two out of this for the Brisbane Lions?
Yeah, definitely. I've already been on the blower to Craig and I'm like, hey, we're going to watch these kids in the next couple of years. It'll be so good if we can get some of them down to Brizzy.
All right, well, we'll thank you two ladies for joining us. I don't know if we've got
Thank
any
you
more
so
over
much.
there that want to have a chat. We want to have a talk to as many of you as we possibly could. So a big thank you to Sarah and Courtney. And a couple of ladies that show you can do it from either Alice Springs or a different sport. Hello, who have we got?
Mia King.
And Mia King, I can tell everyone on the telly that you've played 63 AFLW games and you're a premiership player for North Melbourne.
Yes, I am. Stoked to be here and part of the Roos, the third kangaroo girl here. So, yeah.
And you're joined by...
This is Gemma.
Yep,
Gemma Houghton. Yep. I like to give our viewers a little bit of a rundown, show that I did do some research. Two-time All-Australian. You've been a club leading goal kicker 4 times, but it's not all with the one club.
Yeah, no, different clubs. So I started my career in Perth, Western Australia with Fremantle Football Club, and then moved over to Port Adelaide in 5 seasons ago. So yeah, this is my 11th season.
What did you think of your time in Central Australia, and particularly the last couple of days out here at Atitjere?
Oh, it's been beautiful. Just being out on country and just meeting everyone from the different tribes that have come out today to play, and just absolutely love watching them play footy. They're just all heart and they just go for it. Absolutely love it.
Mia, can you tell us just a little bit about your journey into AFLW? Did you play as a young lady?
Yeah, so I'm actually from Tasmania originally. I was late to football. I picked up my first footy, I think, in year 9 or year 10, part of a school team. I was really fortunate that at the time footy was coming through, because for a lot of the older girls it was never really a thing. So it all kind of worked out really well, and with the ties with North Melbourne, the North Melbourne Tasmania Kangaroos, I got drafted. Yeah.
And you'd probably be looking forward to, firstly, the men's team coming into AFL, and I'm assuming that's got to be followed not too long after by an AFLW team.
Yes, no, I think there's definitely talks of a women's and men's team, which will be so exciting for girls to play in their own state.
Gemma, you've been to Central Australia before?
Not out here, but I have been to Alice Springs. Been very fortunate that I came up with the club with Port a couple of years ago. So yeah, but this is the first time out on country.
You said before your club before that was Fremantle. Where did you grow up?
In Perth, Western Australia.
Right, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's look, this opportunity, it's given you the opportunity to actually move around the country a little bit, hasn't it?
Absolutely, and that's the opportunity that sport creates for everyone. It's just meeting new people and opens up doors that probably wouldn't have been there if you didn't give it a go.
From Fremantle to Adelaide to Atitjere.
Yes, yes.
Thank you very much for joining us on ICTV, and look, from behalf of the whole football community in Central Australia, a big thank you just for coming up for the week and doing what you have done. Pass on our regards to the rest of the crew.
No worries, thank you.
Thank you. So another couple of the superstars there that have come up with the DREAMD Academy. So a big thank you. Big thank you to everyone who had a chat with us. Or we got?
I think we've got the main person who's made it all happen.
Lou, come on in. Come on in, Lou, and forgive me, I don't know your surname. Great to have you here. You seem to be the lady that's done most of the organisation.
Not a big organisation, but all for fun, really, so it's amazing.
How did this come about?
It came about because I'm a doctorate, and I started working in the emergency department in the Alice Springs Hospital. It's almost 2 years ago now. And I was obviously playing footy at the time, and I've always wanted to work in remote communities and work in Indigenous healthcare, which has always been a bit of a limitation for me because I've had to be based in cities playing football. But I just decided one off season, I'm going to do it. I'm going to go out to Alice Springs and work. And I just saw the love of footy out here, and I saw how it connected everyone, Indigenous, non-Indigenous, young, old. Today you have aunties here, grandmas here, a lot of female leaders. You've got little young ones. I just loved how footy just could really galvanise and connect a community. And obviously with some of the unfortunate circumstances that you see, I guess, in hospital settings with in this region, it sort of just kind of prompted me to go, what can I do, I guess, to maybe inspire some more dreams or facilitate some more pathways, or at the bare minimum just bring joy and something fun to community. So that's how it started.
Your medical background is probably something that you've brought along with this a little bit too. It hasn't just been about the footy. There's been that holistic stuff around the game as well that's been a part of this weekend, nutrition and lifestyle stuff.
Yeah, no, I guess obviously I love footy, but I've always been really fortunate to obviously have an opportunity to get educated, and I just fundamentally believe if you can find a way to get educated, it's just your ticket to freedom, and it's a ticket to being able to believe and dream and achieve so many different things. So a big part of what DREAMD Academy is about is using football as the carrot, I guess, to engage young people, but really trying to deliver some sort of fun education around that, whether it be about nutrition and pre-game nutrition, which is what we covered yesterday. We also run a lot of different programs as well, one called the Virtual DREAMD Academy, which builds players' capacities outside. So we do a lot of vocational training. We hear from leaders in different industries, and that's for a select group of athletes in Alice Springs. So I really want to build the DREAMD Academy out where we can have a lot of different sort of health screening out here, and really try and use this event as a hallmark to try and deliver some more health outcomes as well, but again in a fun way, because I don't want to distract from what this is actually about, which is about community too.
Did you ever kick yourself? Do you play footy?
Yeah.
You do?
I do play footy. I play for the Swans, so I'm based in Sydney for most of the year. But then when I'm not having to, when I don't play footy, I guess I'm out in Alice Springs and working and running DREAMD.
Any talent out there on display today that worthy of AFLW?
So much talent. We've all just been racking our brains for the last 2 hours trying to pick best on grounds and player of the tournaments, and there's been a lot of contentious and heated discussions with all the AFLW players. It's been really difficult, to be honest with you. We've had a lot of names being thrown in the bucket, but I think we've settled on 2 players. But I mean, any one of these girls could achieve anything, and I think that's the whole point of what this event is about, is you don't have to be an AFLW player or a Sandford player or a player in the VFL. You can be a player for Atitjere and be just as worthy and have just much fun and be super competitive.
Yeah, look, thank you very much for your time. Particularly thanks for your organisation and those that you've dragged in to give you a hand around this. It's been fantastic. I've been commentating football in Central Australia for 25 years. This is the missing link. Women's football in the bush. Ladies football's got a good foothold in town and has done for about a decade and a half. But really, it's only been in the last 18 to 24 months where we've seen it start to get a bit of a foothold in the bush. Thank you for being a part of bringing something like this together, some of the scenes that we've seen, and support from the men as well for the ladies playing footy. Fantastic. You just created another really good dynamic around the game here in Central Australia. Thank you.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's definitely worthy for the big screen, so I'm really grateful that ICT came out and supported this program. And obviously girls have travelled so far, so I think all their families were tuning in, which is just so exciting. So thank you. I think all these girls are hopefully leaving with a lot of belief and knowing that this Central Australian community and hopefully Australia-wide, that they matter and that what they're doing out here is super important, just as well as what we're doing at Sydney is important too. So thanks so much, guys.
Please come back and do it again.
Absolutely, we're back every year.
So big thank you. That was Lou Puller from the DREAMD Academy. It's been a fantastic day out here in Atitjere. We're a little bit out of Alice Springs. A lovely drive out here this morning. I recommend to anyone interstate, if if you're ever heading up this way, the scenery out here is absolutely fantastic. I'm sure you've seen the Hearts Rangers in the background while the footy's being played, but the scenery on the way out here, absolutely magnificent.
Just looking at the scenery as well on the TV there, Stan.
Oh, not that big.
They changed it on us. But yeah, no, it's been... We often say, you know, Traeger Park's the best scenery in when the AFL's playing, but I think this is up there.
So stay with us on ICTV. We might have some presentations to come, but we'll take a short break. Until then, don't go anywhere. You're watching the DREAMD Academy Grand Final Day from Atitjere.
Watch out for these new videos on ICTV this week.
There's no shame. If you're doing all the good things that communities should do, you should be enjoying coming in contact with your other community members, and the chances are, if it's there, it'll bubble up and you might get it. But just be proactive. If we keep getting on top of it. And particularly if we're talking, things like the trachoma and the sticky eyes and stuff in the clinics and the communities, those are, free services. They're usually funded through, the remote clinics, through the Aboriginal health workers and nurses. The trachoma programs are really well advanced, and so any clinic, any of the clinics, the RFDS, the remote Aboriginal services and the clinics and stuff, the clinic nurses, they're all well trained on seeing it these days, because it's not too hard to diagnose, and it's not too hard.
And welcome back to ICTV. Time for some presentations.
Then we've got an award for our best on ground, which we'll come to next. But the first award we're going to give away is the player of the tournament. So this is a player that our AFLW players have selected across the 2 days, that they think has not only showcased great football skills, but has worked incredibly hard, has never given up, and was probably one of the smallest players, I think, that took the field these last 2 days. So to announce that award, I'm going to get reigning Brownlow medalist, that's the best player in the AFL, Ash Riddell, to announce our player of the tournament.
From the Cats, we've got Diona Long.
Next up, we'll be handing out our premiership medals. And we're going to have some premiership players do that. So we've got Mia King from the Kangaroos, who's won a premiership. And then we'll get Courtney Hodder, who's won a premiership also. A little bit contentious because they won it off each other. So can we have Mia and Courtney here? And they're going to get the medals. And we're going to call, can we get the Warlpiri Warriors lined up, please? In a line. And you're going to come out. I've got the team sheet here. I'm going to try my best to pronounce everyone's name. Actually, maybe Talbo.
We'll kick off then, ladies. Number 1 is Adriana King. Number 2, Quenisha Sampson. Number 3, Shakayla Kelly. Number 4, Leandra Simon. Number 5, Maxalia Vigil. Number 6, Sherilina Marshall. Number 7, Alexiana Dixon. Number 8, Zania Morris. Number 9, Aelia Tex. Number 10, Shante Kunoth. Number 11, Chloe Leclerc. Number 12, Taylor Spencer. Number 14, Maddie Sampson. Number 15, Charlotte Leclerc. Number 16, Kirsten Woods. Number 18, Alicia Egan. Number 20, Bianca White. Number 22, Michaela Johns. Number 23, Tatiana Dixon. Did I miss anyone? My tongue's getting sore. Anyone? No. And Nangali. Oh, Shakaya Watson, sorry. Nangali. Nangali. And also the coaches, Narissa Watson. Andrea Tasman. Marlette. And this one here, Gina Spencer. And that concludes the night. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Talbo. We've got one. Stay out there, Walpuri. We've got a best on ground for the grand final. So I'm going to get Gemma Houghton to come up and say this one. Gemma from Port Adelaide. So this was, again, very difficult to select. There was a lot of fighting behind the scenes amongst us AFLW players. So I'll hand it over.
So the Best on Ground award goes to number 8, Sonia Morris.
And then can I just get the coach and the captain to come out here? And the coach, head coach, Narissa, or Gina? Oh, there's a few. Do you girls want to say any words? Captains?
Thank you everybody to support us, and well, I want to thank
Yep. Yep. All good. No worries.
I want to yeah, thank you that we make it this far. These girls, they're really into it. Like, they really love playing football. And I thank this land, one of our range and leaders. And thank you so much for having us here.
Thank you so much, Narissa. So to present the Premiership Cup, we've got two-time Premiership captain Jazz Garner from the Kangaroos. She's going to present the Premiership Cup to the captain and the coach, all four of you. You put the cup in and then the team runs in. The team runs in.
And that might conclude the presentation side of things. I think they're just going to get together for a team photo. But certainly saw the excitement there, and the ladies from the Walpuri Warriors team who've taken out the DREAMD Academy.
Yeah,
Grand
certainly
final.
lots of happy faces there.
Yeah, it certainly is. And look, just a recap on some of the winners besides the Walpuri Warriors. Taking out the cup, player of the tournament, Diona Long from the Wallara Cats, and best on ground in the grand final. Probably no surprise to us in the commentary, Cheryl Lee, Zania Morris.
Yeah, certainly her name was called a few times today.
Certainly was. There was a few contenders from both sides with that one. But once again, a big thank you to the DREAMD Academy for visiting Central Australia, and in particular out here at Atitjere to run this magnificent carnival. It's a first, a women's carnival of this stature out in the bush. That's not something we even dreamt about probably even only a handful of years ago. So fantastic. Let's hope that we can see more of this, Cheryl Lee.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I think, you know, as just so many people got so much out of it, you know, not just the players here, but also, you know, our visiting AFLW players as well.
Yeah,
by talking to them, yeah.
they'll go home with many memories. Oh, look, one thing I must do too, we did mention in the commentary there was a number 21 out there for you and the Moo. We didn't have a number. It was Shakaya Watson.
Yes.
So just to make sure that you do get your mention in, Shakaya. Well done out there and participating with all your teammates. Next time, make sure you get your number down on the team sheet.
Absolutely.
And the commentators might pick up most of your kicks and handballs and marks. Look, it's been fantastic to be out here. Big thank you to the ICTV crew again. Too many to mention, but on behalf of myself and Cheryl Lee Taylor in the commentary, a big thank you from us. And thanks for joining us on ICTV. I look forward to catching up with you later on in the football season. It's bye from Atitjere.
See ya.
ICTV, showing our way.